Hello and welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 110, Punt Tucker. In this week's episode, we chat shit.
We do.
JfG Ash loves his new techno bag. Does JfG Alex still have legs? There's a many moons ago.
Oh!
And finally, this is the biggest bag of wank.
We don't know what happened, buddies. We don't know. Hello and welcome to the JfG podcast. This is episode 110. My name is Alex and I'm joined as ever by my very good friend Ash. Hey buddy, how are you this fine week?
Hey buddy, as always, I'm good on a Wednesday. And yeah, this week I'm pretty good. You know, not bad. Sparkling thoughts, they give me the hope to go on, buddy.
They do give you that hope to go on. That's the thing they do.
Ah, wow.
What you been up to then, B?
Sad news, mate.
Uh-oh.
There's no patio chat this week, or whatever it's called. I haven't been on the patio at all. I mean, I walked on it. I mean, I could say I walked on the patio, but apart from that, I haven't done no fucking gardening this weekend, because Saturday, it was shitty and raining. And I'm not going outside when it's like that. That's a day for inside.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Sorry, I needed to elaborate. It's kind of weird because I think I was only about 15 miles away from you on Saturday, and it didn't rain where I was. But then that's weather systems for you, buddy.
That is the global thing.
It's the nature of clouds.
Weather. Yeah, they move.
Yeah,
ubiquitous.
Yeah,
that's a word that I don't know what it means.
It sounds like I got pretty lucky.
Yeah, mate. No, it wasn't like chucking it down. It was just like drizzling. And
pretty grim though.
Yeah, it's grim up north though, Bunny. You know that.
Yeah,
always
yeah,
is. And then Sunday, I was a bit busy, bit preoccupied. Preoccupied. That's a word again. And with some kind of relegation battle.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. So obviously, it was the last game for the championship, the mighty championship, full of all the best teams in the country, buddy. So
the best teams of the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, that have slipped down.
Yep.
I mean, where's Swindon Town these days? That's what I want to know.
League... Are they League One?
I don't know, but they were in the Premier League in the 90s.
Yep, it's true.
Fact. Yeah. Yeah, so I went to see Nottingham Forest play. In their relegation battle, it came down to three teams: Blackburn, Nottingham Forest and Birmingham City.
All of them fallen giants.
Indeed, definitely. And yeah, it was a bit touch and go, because straight off the bat, like, Birmingham and Blackburn seemed to score some goals, which meant that Forest were going to get relegated. And they were playing pretty shit on that first half. I'm not going to lie. They had little to no possession and a lot of crosses into their box. It wasn't going well. But luckily, just before half-time, old Asabolongo, or whatever his name is, Brit, he pops in the penalty. You know, spurred them on, I believe. And fucking hell, the second half, they came out and just absolutely bossed it. Saw a couple of cracking goals, one deflection. Saw another penalty got missed. And then, because, you know, that meant because they won, they didn't get relegated. And, yeah, did a cheeky pitch invasion, buddy, which is always fun.
That'll do you.
Getting involved, running on the pitch with all the other fans going like, hey up, this is nice. It was lovely and sunny, unlike the Saturday, which was a shit show. And, yeah, and then... obviously, because it was all on Sky Sports. Like, before the game, like, Stuart Pearce was like, literally, I was sitting like on the second row, and like I could have just like spat and hit Stuart Pearce in the face. Obviously I didn't.
No, because he's a ledge.
Yeah, of course he is. Massive ledge. While we were on doing the pitch invasion, I looked over like behind us at like the tunnel where all the players go back in, and Stuart Pearce is there. They're just setting up the camera. I'm like, hello. Looks like they're about to do some interviews. I'm like, come on, son. I'll get you on the telly.
Oh.
So yeah, like I put I put the post to like the YouTube video, and like we're literally only on it for like the first like 2 seconds. But I was just like as soon as everyone else cottoned onto it, I was just like, yeah, I'm getting out of here because I can't be asked to get mobbed by people. But yeah, you can see there's me. I'm like holding Milo up on my shoulders. He's wearing the Red Forest hat.
Oh yeah,
there he is, buddy. Fucking well good.
Nice.
Just bobbing about there in Sky Sports, having a jolly. And then I'm like, yeah, fuck this shit. I'm out of here. Who cares about Forest anyway? Not me.
Shit. So that begins your son's career in journalism, sports journalism, buddy.
There he's been on the sports journalism TV, so therefore that is now his.
Next season, Stelling's going to be like, the boy in the red hat that was on the TV for. Bring me the boy in the red hat. He looks ready for this game.
Oh, after that, actually, we went and waited around for like 45 minutes by the players' exit and got a load of the players to sign his hat as well, which was nice.
Nice, man.
Yeah, it was a jolly day. And then, obviously, standard thing, to the pub to finish
and
off
rude not
a
to,
lovely Sunday. Yeah, no, it was a crazy day. It was like, I'm glad I was there for it because it was all over the place. It was crazy. It was really good day actually.
It was a big game. I mean, they were all big games really. You got
totally
former like Champions League or European Cup winners in Forest.
Yep.
Premier League title winners in Blackburn. Yeah. And Birmingham as well.
Yeah, who won the Auto Windscreen Cup
in like 1994 or something
at Wembley. Which was good times. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, cracking day, buddy. I haven't really been up to much apart from fucking Completion Town, buddy. Twice this week.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
You're really making a habit of this now.
Yeah, mate. I mean, it's because I keep playing really short games that I can finish quite quickly, which is good. So, I finished off the Sexy Brutale, which I will talk about my experience with the ending of that game, which was fine.
Yeah, don't spoil that game for me, though.
I won't. I'll just say
I know what you're like. You just go, oh no, I won't say anything except, and then you say something really, really blatant that spoils it, so don't do that.
I mean, you could probably guess what's going to happen
No, I can't, and I don't want you to tell me, so...
Well, I won't.
I'm just laying a marker down here because we've done this before. I'm just saying.
Okay. I won't.
I still don't believe you.
I will try my
on,
hardest not to ruin that game for you.
Okay, that'd be cool. Not just for me, of course. We do put this out as well as it being a chat. This does go out on the internet.
It's available.
It is available. Should
Many
you choose
places,
to listen?
You know, Google Plus.
Yeah.
That's how you live your life.
In about 2 hours' time, I will tell you exactly where you can find it.
Yeah, not yet, though. I mean,
at which point...
Why would we try and promote ourselves? I mean, that's just so try hard.
Yeah, and who am I talking to there? Because if you can't find it yet, you're not listening to this. So, worth noting.
It's so true. I mean, if a tree falls down in a wood and no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound?
Yep.
Of course it does. It's fucking science, mate.
It's a tree.
It's falling over. Of course it's making some sound.
So what was the other one that you finished off, buddy?
I went back to the Turing test, or Turing.
Yeah, the
turning test, where you have to turn left and right.
Yep.
Difficult, that one. So
how did you get on with those last few puzzles?
I can't talk about that in this section, buddy.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, sorry, I forgot what I was doing there. Yeah, absolutely.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to sort of steamroll the sections all together. I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
Okay, yeah, we could just talk about everything in one go if you want. I mean, I've got a question here from PJ.
It's a dangerous lack of structure.
Just fuck it.
From
I'm
our
thinking about
experience
this
in the
right
past.
now, therefore I need to talk about it.
From
right
experience in the past, when we don't structure the podcast into sections, we just literally just talk forever about fuck all.
Oh dear.
Let's keep things rigid.
So bringing it back into some kind of formation, I guess. Maybe like a Christmas tree.
Or a reverse Christmas tree.
Oh, that's a favourite of yours. I know that.
Yep.
Yeah. I got us on some kind of beta for a game called Raiders of the Broken Planet. I mainly got on it because that name sounds amazing. But have you seen like the trailer for this at all?
I haven't seen footage. I've seen screenshots and read about the sort of concept, and it sounded like Evolve, but I don't think it is like Evolve. It made it sound like that with its whole 4v1 thing.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, the whole 4v1 thing is weird, but it's like a co-op campaign-y kind of thing. I think it's like up to, like 4 players, space-aged. Like, graphically, it looks really nice. I'm guessing it's running on some ridiculous computer when this is, like, filmed or, like, captured.
Yeah, it looks very Unreal. Unreal 4.
And, yeah, I don't know. It could be quite good. I have no idea.
We missed the boat on the first bit of the closed beta, but it opens again on the 13th.
The 13th and 14th, so we'll play that. And, hopefully talk about it next week. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, looks a bit mental.
I'm
be
game,
fun.
buddy. I am game.
Yeah, you are. So yeah, buddy, like, apart from a hell of a lot of drinking, as I always do during the week, that's about it. Not a lot.
Well, that's pretty solid effort, buddy. Solid effort.
I mean, I blew my mind with my math skills, like mathematics skills, and having to use JavaScript with math like this week, but I don't care about that, so I guess no one else does.
The Lord of jQuery moving into Java.
I was like trying to deduce like adding and subtracting, but these numbers had to relate to the HTML to activate different CSS. I was bringing it all together. It was like a fucking mass orgy of web interfaces.
Fucking, you make it sound so sexy, buddy, and that's why I like it.
It's seriously not sexy. But yeah, it could be. I mean, I can make things go in and out all day long.
Well.
So yeah, buddy, that's my week. What about you? How was Alton Towers? Have you still got your legs?
I still have my legs.
That's good news. I didn't read any reports over the weekend of people losing legs, so I'm guessing I thought the best.
No, but someone...
But I lost an arm!
No, I was just going to say, I got back and I was like... I'd kind of forgotten about the dangers of theme parks, and then there was a report yesterday, was it? And someone's died at Drayton Manor yesterday on the
Fucking
rapids.
Hell.
Yeah.
What, on the rapids? What, they fell in?
They fell in, yeah.
Why? Were they standing up? Were they not listening to the instructions? Stay seated at all times.
I can't even think about that or speculate. But yeah, it was a school trip and a girl drowned in the rapids. It's crazy. Which is really sad, obviously.
Fucking school trips, mate. Danger.
Most theme parks have a really good safety record because they fucking have to. Because
yeah, of course they do.
On paper, they are incredibly dangerous, and Alton Towers is no exception because it has it's comfortably the biggest theme park in the UK and has sort of 5 or 6 really big roller coasters, including
Large-ish.
this roller coaster, the Smiler, which did have an accident on it, which we talked about very briefly last week. But yeah. Either way, buddy, I had a fucking great long weekend up at Alton Towers.
Nice.
I realised my dream from when I was a kid of staying in the Alton Towers Hotel, which I remember seeing the ads in, I don't know when it was, like 1996 or something, and I was like, you know, they've got the car and the hot air balloon, the fountain and everything, and you go in the main hall and there's a pirate ship. I was like...
Sounds mint.
it's their version of going down the Disney route, and probably not holding a candle to that, but certainly having a go. And you got to respect that.
Yeah.
So yeah, our room was really nice. We were in the Arctic Explorer room, buddy, and so the carpet was all like felty and had all printing of snow and footprints and stuff on it, and the wallpaper was all like wood paneling with icicles and shit. Like there's all these like all the lights were like old mining lamps and torches and stuff.
Nice.
They were all like copper pipes and stuff in the bathroom. It was really, really well done, and had the comfiest hotel bed I've ever slept in.
Oh, nice. Was it made of ice?
It was brand new. And so I guess that's why it was good. But yeah, fucking great, and highly recommend that place. Like it wasn't especially cheap,
yeah,
but it was like a ton a night or something, so it wasn't like extortionate. And it's in the park, and you get extra perks as well. So you get your parking chucked in, and you get to go into the park an hour early each day. So yeah, it worked out all right.
Nice,
but yeah, fucking great time. Like, got down there, went into the park on the Friday, and I was expecting it to be busy. I don't know why. I just thought, we're balls deep in May at this point. Like, presumably it will be busy, and it just wasn't, like, at all. It just wasn't busy at all. Like, we walked onto everything. And that was pretty much the same across all 3 days. Even the Saturday, the longest I queued for was like 15 minutes. So,
that's fucking mint.
It was brilliant, yeah. So I went on pretty much everything, like 5 or 6 times. So, yeah, it was the missus' first go there. We had a fucking great time on all the roller coasters, buddy. And, yeah, that Smiler, like, you need to watch, like, a POV video of that thing. It's 14 inversions. It's, like, comfortably the meanest roller coaster I've ever been on. It's fucking ridiculous. And I love that shit. So yeah, it was cool. It was nice being there for like an extended period of time. Normally you're there for a day and you're just rushing about trying to get on everything and probably queuing for an hour at a time. But because we were there for 3 days, they've got a stately home there and big gardens and everything, and we were able to properly like drink all that in. So
nice.
It was cool. Yeah. The restaurant there was properly shit though, so we didn't have any evening meals there. Went into the lovely town, the village of Alton, which every time I go to Alton Towers, I find it utterly ridiculous that all traffic is filtered through this fucking village.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's mental.
Absolutely.
I mean, how many people does the park hold? It's thousands, And you go down this little sea road to get to it through like windy country lanes and stuff. It's crazy. Also took in the amazing sights of JCB headquarters, buddy, which is
beautiful,
unbelievable sized building, like just ridiculous. So yeah, all in all, it was a really good trip, and went on all the rides and had lots of fun. I was getting quite confused because by the end of the Sunday, it seemed like every guest had a giant inflatable or it's not inflatable, fluffy banana. Like, everyone had this fucking banana, and
of course,
normally those things like carnival games where you've got to try and, chuck a ball in something or whatever, they're normally quite hard to win. But it was a pound a go. It was a basketball one, where everyone was winning these bananas. It was a pound a go, and you just had to get a basket. That was literally it.
Just one, I mean,
just
that's
one.
Cool.
And it
good.
Wasn't I stood and watched it sort of transfixed for some time because I was like looking for the twist,
Yeah, where's the fucking catch, buddy?
You can't get the ball into Jennifer Love Hewitt's mouth. So it was it was just a basketball hoop. It even had a backboard. It was a fucking piece of piss. There were people just queuing up and chucking them in one by one. I saw like 15 bananas given away in the space of like 20 minutes.
That's crazy. That makes no sense.
It was really weird.
Unless these bananas cost like 10p. I guess, that makes total sense.
I mean, what would you least like to have to carry around a theme park with you when you're going on roller coasters? A fucking
Babies.
4 or 5 foot banana.
Okay.
Maybe that wouldn't be ideal, but Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this person was essentially, after a tiny skills test, was selling giant bananas for £1. That was kind of what was going on.
Nice, buddy. So
Yeah.
did you get one?
I didn't, no, because I didn't want to carry it. I'm not paying £1 to throw a ball.
That's true. You can
And I
throw
don't want a
ball
banana.
anytime you want. You don't want a giant banana.
What am I going to do with it?
Don't know. Put it in your mouth.
The weirdest thing was that obviously everyone had these bananas, and a few people had giant gorillas as well.
Ooh.
And so around all of the like the eateries, like all the restaurants and cafes,
There
there's
was
just
just
tables and tables of
gorilla.
people sitting around a table, and then there's a chair with a fucking giant banana in it, or a giant gorilla, just everywhere.
Was the giant gorilla eyeing up the giant banana?
One would think, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
hopefully. Yeah.
Has to happen, really. It's the food chain,
Indeed.
after
Yeah.
all. They love that crap. So, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, other than that, buddy, came back on the Monday and had a gay old time just stewing about the flat in me pants with the missus watching films. That's all we did.
Nice. Just watched a shit ton of films.
Yeah, across, like, Sunday night and Monday, we watched 6 movies.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
a lot of films.
We just couldn't be asked to do anything else. She's got one of these pedometer apps on her phone, and
Yeah.
across our time in the Alton Towers Resort, we walked 27 miles.
Wow, well done. That's
So-
a long way.
We were pretty achy.
Yeah. I
So,
bet.
we watched a load of films. I'll just reel through them very quickly. Watched Hidden Figures.
Good
it
film. I watched that the other week.
was cool. Liked
Yeah,
that.
man.
Yeah, about
NASA.
NASA, black women who were really good at maths, and NASA
Yeah,
used them
smart ladies.
despite the race problems in the country at the time. They still used these women
Problems.
because they were so talented.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was good. I watched Independence Day. Is it Resurgence or something stupid? Independence Day 2.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
It's fucking shit. Don't
Cool.
watch that. We were looking for kind of vaguely shit action movies just to sort of sit in front of. So that kind of explains things a little bit with this little roster of stuff. Jurassic World.
Yep, that's a film.
That's a film. Magnificent Seven, the new one, newish one.
The Western one.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, I remember it. And, like, loads of people die at the end.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
Pratt.
It was cool.
Chinese guy.
Yeah, it
Coward
was
man. Yep.
fine. John Wick was the highlight of the movies.
Yeah, it's on my list. It's
It's
on
really
my
good.
list. Yeah.
Really, really good. Like that. A bit of Keanu. You gotta love that shit. And
Gibbons.
comfortably the worst of the 6, and one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Ooh.
The Space Between Us.
I don't know this. I'm just going to give it a quick look. Give me a rundown, buddy. Let me know why I should not bother even doing this.
The plot is
right
astronauts are going to Mars on a mission. One of the astronauts is pregnant and gives birth to a child in space or on Mars.
Space
and
baby.
The
Yeah.
kid's physiology, because he was born on Mars, i.e. the difference in gravity and so on, means that he can't return to Earth.
He needs
but-
to pump some iron.
But
Put
he
some
falls
weight
in
on.
love with a girl via social media from Mars.
Of course.
I mean, it sounds terrible, obviously, but you have to understand the pedigree of actor in this. It looked like a bit of a winner. I mean, Gary Oldman is essentially the lead in this film.
Yeah,
I don't know if
that'll
I've
do.
ever seen him in a bad movie.
Well, you have now.
I have now. Don't watch
Yeah.
this film. It's fucking dire.
Okay, we'll do.
Awful. So yeah, anyway, I've been waffling on for a while. I'll just finish off. Finally ordered my rice cooker, buddy.
He's got a rice cooker.
Yeah. Got my Iranian wedding present rice cooker. Very excited about that.
Nice, buddy.
And I will keep you posted on various rice dishes going forward, as I'm sure the listeners really want to hear about that.
I need to know about your rice. Talking about new things, buddy. This week I got a new bag shipped in from China. This bag has a USB port on it. Fucking techno bag.
Fucking hell.
Why would it have a USB port?
I don't know. Has it
Fuck
got a
knows.
charger in it or something?
I think you can get a charger inside it, like put by one of those like power banks or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hook that up to it so then I can wear my bag and charge my phone whilst holding the phone and it being plugged in my bag.
Fuck, man.
I know, right?
It's the future.
Future bag.
The Matrix is real.
It will be soon if I can just hold my phone whilst fully charged all the time. I mean, not that I fucking walk anywhere anyway. I mean, I can't remember the last time I walked somewhere.
Yeah, but you see a bag like that, buddy, you can't turn that shit down.
Well, mate, I was like, fucking, I need that in my life. I was looking at bags and I was like, why not get one that's future-proof with the USB slot in it, you know? Just makes sense. I'm preparing for the future when the robots take over.
A bag-related future.
But yeah, fucking sweet bag, mate.
Fucking sweet as the punch, buddy. Well, has that arrived yet?
Yeah, turned up today, of all days, on a Wednesday.
Perhaps you could update us when you've had the chance to really test that out.
Yeah, I've put it on. It feels good. It's got a secret compartment in the back as well. For your... It's got
Listeners are in for such a treat next week as we spend half an hour talking about a rice cooker in a bag.
I'll do a full-on review. We'll have a section.
Yep.
Pointless reviews.
Pointless reviews.
Yeah.
I like it. Good
Sounds good to me. Yeah, we'll waffle on about that shit.
Sweet as the punch. Well, okay. That's it from me. And I think that's it from you.
Excuse me. You haven't asked me what I'm drinking this week.
Well, I was kind of reluctant to after the terrible debacle the other week where you were drinking squash.
What? Yeah, but I was ill.
That was then, this is now, buddy. What are you drinking this evening?
Clearly last week I was proper tanked.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking the Gnarly Fox, buddy.
I can see why you wanted me to ask now. That's quite a name.
Yeah, mate. It's like a American-British combination lager from Lidl. It's like a special Lidl brand or whatever. But yeah, it's fucking called the Gnarly Fox. I'm like, yeah, cool. New wave lager. I'm all about it. It's very tasty.
Is it nice?
Yeah, it is actually. It's really fucking nice. It was only like £1.20 for a big bottle.
Not bad, buddy. Not bad at all.
Get yourself down Lidl. Try a couple out. They're tasty.
Don't know where my nearest Lidl is, buddy.
Do you want me to find out?
I think it'll be Tunbridge.
Maybe.
But yeah, I'll have to look that up.
Mate, there's one in Tunbridge Wells right now.
What?
No, I don't know.
I don't
Royal
think
Tunbridge
so.
Wells. It's Tudley? Oh no, yeah, you're right. Tunbridge. That's miles away. What are you doing, Lidl? Be better.
It's about 4 miles.
That's exactly more than one. Not lying.
Let's move on. Let's go and talk about what we've been playing.
Sure.
Rather than Lidl rice cookers and bags. So, buddy, luckily for you and luckily for me, the topic this week for the podcast is video games, although you wouldn't fucking know it at this point. But
not rice cookers, bags, and Lidl.
No, next week.
Sweet.
So, do you want to get the ball rolling, buddy? What exactly have you been playing this week?
Sure, buddy. Star Wars eagerness got me playing some Battlefront, which was an incredibly bad idea. Just like the last time I played it, I died a lot, so I turned that off immediately.
I mean, that lot have been playing that game for some time now.
Yeah, like I was getting like 2-shot kills. I'm like, I haven't got that gun. I don't know how you get that gun. Like, what perks have you got? I've got this like flashbang grenade. Take that.
Should have got the season pass, buddy.
Should have got the season pass.
Always a good idea.
The other day, yeah. Should have got that season pass. Destiny 2, buddy. That's where we're getting that season pass.
That'll be it.
Can't wait. Yeah, so I turned that off and then played some Battlefield 1 on game night. Because obviously you weren't there, buddy, or with your long weekend away.
Yeah, it's fucked off.
Yeah, Battlefield 1. Yeah, it was really good. I started off being a sniper cunt, like I, sometimes do. But then it doesn't take long for me to get bored of that. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll just be a medic and get involved. yeah, it was good fun getting back into doing some Battlefield 1. I haven't done it for a while. It's cool. Great game.
Nice.
Everyone
I mean,
knows it.
sometimes when you haven't played to something like that for a while, then it can be a bit of a shitter for the first sort of hour or so. But did you find that you sort of slipped back into it without much bother?
Yeah, it didn't take long to, hone it in, I would say.
Nice.
Remember what the buttons were. Like, at one point I was like, oh shit, yeah, sometimes I used to play with the mortar. I was like, oh, this is really good. I forgot how good the mortar was. And, yeah. So, the way that I like to do my mortaring is on rush and just be a massive cunt, really. Hold back, whilst defending. And then just chuck loads of mortars on when they're trying to arm the objective. They don't like it when you stick it up them, buddy.
That's true. And, yeah, that's pretty effective, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it gets the job done. Like, I mean, they're not the most accurate of things, but, you every now and again, you're like, yeah, fuck it. Killed a couple of whatevers.
You only need a hit or two, don't you, with one of those things?
Yeah, exactly. And if anything, it helps out other people, because like, if you just take a bit of damage off them, you're helping your fellow teammate.
Absolutely.
So I guess I'll talk about we can talk about the Turing test a bit, and I finished that off. I want to ask you, what did you do at the end?
I did not finish it. I got stuck on a puzzle.
Oh. Okay.
And it annoyed me for about 10 minutes, and then I turned it off. And it was one of those things where you should not turn a game off when you're stuck.
Yeah.
Because that was the last time that I loaded that up, and that was about 4 months ago. So
yeah.
But I've got no issue with spoilers on this one because it's been ages since I played it.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to know what happens at the end of Turing test, buddies, then possibly tune out for 5 minutes or so.
So how far did you get? Like, what chapter? Because there was 7 chapters altogether. Do you know? Yeah,
I was about 3 puzzles into the last chapter.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so you pretty much know the story of like how you are a being that is being taken over by the AI, as for such, and humanity went to this planet and found a bacteria that can cure death in anything. So you meet up with a lady who's been there and done stuff. And she's trying to save you from the AI, saying, like, we need to get this bacteria back to Earth, where the AI is like, no, if you do that, there's going to be all kinds of issues, a.k.a. overpopulation, because no one fucking dies anymore. Yeah. And, you go for it, and you, like, the game, like, kind of, like, wants you to be a human and not, save humanity. And I'm like, well, thinking about it, actually, it's not it's good that you can cure cancer with it, but I mean, the fact that it makes everyone immortal, that is not a good thing, and the world would just go to shit, really. So yeah, at the end of it, you have an option to, kill them. Kill the humans. So I did.
Okay.
So, you go, like, the characters, like, your character goes into the main server room or whatever it is to turn him off, and there's a gun in there that you're controlling as the AI, and you just fucking, if you want, you can shoot her. So I did. I was like, fuck you. Take that,
I have to say, the story was grander than the game mechanics, I thought. Like, the concept was great, but the game wasn't really. I thought it didn't really live up to the story.
I found that around about chapter 4, before the section where it brings in the new element of the fact that you can play as, like, is it Tom? I think Tom's the name of the AI.
It's where you can control the cameras and the little robot dudes and stuff.
Yes, exactly. So it adds that new dynamic to the game. And just before there, like, the puzzles were getting a bit, like, smarter in a way. It was like, you kind of have to, like, fudge your way around it. And you're like, is that how I meant to do it or not? But I don't know. I've done it anyway. I was like, okay, here we go. This is going to start getting really good now. And then it brings in this new mechanic where, like you say, you can control, like, little robots or, like, the cameras and stuff like that. And, like, with the cameras, you can turn switches on and off. So it's adding that new dynamic to, like, instead of just being able to shoot these orb balls to open up shit, you've got another thing to do. And when that happened, it just went back to, like, the beginning in a way. Like, it was like, oh, I've got to go through a whole set of new tutorials to advance back to the level of puzzle I was at before. Yeah. And I really did not like that about it.
I totally agree. I mean, you look at Portal, the mechanics that Portal brought in. It did it in a very slick, seamless fashion, and it was an addition to puzzles that already existed. But it didn't feel like you were back to square one, learning the game all over again. But it wasn't satisfying, and it just felt to me like, as you say, the puzzles were getting more interesting with the simpler mechanics before the new stuff was introduced. And it almost felt like they ran out of ideas and needed a gimmick. So
they're like, oh right, we'll chuck this in and then we can just go through like the same. Because like there was like 2 or 3 times with like, so you get these orbs that are intermittent. You have 3 orbs. There's like 4 orbs even actually. But the 3 main ones, like a blue one which is continuously on, a green one which is intermittent, and a pink one which is the opposite to the green intermittent. So like when that one's on, the other one's off, and when the green's on, the pink's off. And there's like, what are they called? Stairs in a way, but platforms that you have to like...
mechanical stuff that moves.
Yeah, the mechanical stuff. And so, like chapter 3, it brings in this thing like, all right, you have to have like a green, then a pink, then a green, then a pink for them to alternate. So you can go up on one platform while the other one's down, then go onto that one, then up, then across, then up. You get what I'm saying with that? Yeah. I mean, I hope so.
Absolutely.
But then, like, it just repeats the exact same puzzles, but this time you've got this fucking annoying robot that you can only control if you're in, like, eyesight of it. And, like, a couple of times, like, you can press circle to go out of the robot back to, like, the human character, and I'd left, like, the fucking robot, like, round a corner, so I couldn't see him, and there wasn't a camera to get round to it, and I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah. So there were annoying bits of that game. I still really enjoyed it, to be honest. Like, I think it was like Monday night. I was just sitting there. I was like, I was thinking about putting like Persona on or like Horizon. I was just like, you know what? I need to just fucking do something completely different. I was like, fucking that game that was kind of like Portal. Let's play
there
that.
It is for you. There it is, ready and waiting.
Like, I ended up playing it for like 3.5 hours and just like smashing out like chapters 3 to 7 and finishing it. I was like, yeah, cool, nice.
I think that games can. I am more likely to complete sort of games that aren't classics if they are linear. And rather than sort of like open world stuff, if it's a 7 out of 10 open world game, then there's no fucking way you'll see me go through it.
Of course not.
But a linear experience like a corridor shooter or a little puzzler or whatever, I'll keep playing because I know, at least it's structured. At least I can make definitive, obvious progress and feel like I'm accomplishing something.
I liked some of like the as you're going through like the different levels or chapters. Every now and again they chuck in like a side mission.
Yeah, and some of them you can't really do at the start, can you? It's interesting.
There's one that like had me stumped for about 15 minutes. It's like, what the fuck is this? And so there's like 2 ways to get to this place. There's some stairs going down and like a pressure pad at the bottom, and you pick up this like little orb box, and if you put that on the pressure pad, obviously the pressure pad stays down. And I'm like trying to work out how I can get this box on the pressure pad while I'm running through one of these corridors, and I went through like 10 minutes of trying all different manner of things, and then I was like standing at the bottom and on the pressure pad and looked up and I saw the stairs. I was just like, fucking just roll it down the stairs. It's that simple. Just put it at the top and let it roll down. While it's rolling down, just fucking peg it round the side, and that was it. I was like, as soon as I got it, I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake, such a tard. It's so obvious if you just stop for a second and just look around. I don't know. But yeah, fucking fun little puzzle game, mate. Like, if it goes in the sale for like £6-7, well, yeah, totally worth a punt.
I think so. You know, it's a good sort of, it's probably a good 8 hours of enjoyment there.
Yeah, totally.
Good stuff.
So, the sexy brutal, buddy, that ending, fucking hell, you'll never guess what happened.
Probably not.
Yeah, so I finished off the sexy brutal. I had, 3 people left to save.
Yeah, you'd made good headway, hadn't you, last time we spoke about it?
I'd smashed it. Yeah, it's alright, innit?
So having finished it, last week you were pretty measured in that it sounded like a sort of, there was plenty of stuff you liked about it, there was plenty of stuff you didn't. Having completed it, did that sort of sway one way or the other? Did you sort of end up liking it a bit more because of the ending, or a little bit less?
Maybe a bit less, because it fucking dragged out for a long time.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, the ending's a bit long. Like, a couple of times I thought, like, oh, fucking sweet, I've done it. It's like, hey, wait. You got a little bit more to do. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, come on. Just end now. Like, I mean, I guess, I did it in, like, 2 sittings. I think it took me about 6.5 hours in the end. So, obviously, by the second sitting, I was probably getting a bit tired and couldn't be arsed, but yeah, I don't know, it's a lot of trial and error. Certain sections can be incredibly annoying, but like I said last week, it's down to this type of game. If you like these like investigatory kind of games or whatever, then yeah, you're gonna like this game. I enjoyed the game. I wouldn't have fucking finished it if I didn't. We've spoken about how good it looks and, like, things like that. Still wish there was a fucking run button though. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about, like, working out when you have to do certain things, like, so I can't really talk about what I did because it would ruin it for you. So you have to do A before you can access B, kind of thing, like
sure.
that.
And,
And when you work out that, then you're like, oh, sweet, okay, that does that, and then you got to find out what to do from B to get to C.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's sometimes it's very logical, and you can be like, right, that's obviously what I have to do. And one point near the end, I was like, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna look this up because I'm getting fucking annoyed.
So you did cave in that regard then.
Oh yeah, I think if there's one point I was just like, not a fucking scoop, mate.
It sounds like the way that you're feeling about the game.
I wasted 3 whole days. Like, this is a day cycle. I wasted 3 days of walking around going like, no.
I kind of get the impression that if you hadn't looked it up, you probably wouldn't have bothered completing it.
I don't know. Well, technically, if I hadn't have looked it up, I would have worked it out anyway.
Right.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a cool game. Obviously, I can't really talk about the story until you finished it, or maybe we can't do that. Who knows? The story's pretty cool. It's fucking weird. I mean, it's gonna be. You're in a time loop in a casino where everyone's killing themselves and dying. So
exactly.
It's a bit of a fucking weird story.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It brings it all together at the end. It wraps it up in a nice little bow, and obviously you have a choice to make at the end. What do you want to do? Who do you want to choose? That kind of thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gives you that choice. Just like the Turing test. Do you want mankind to survive or not survive, kind of thing? Yeah.
So yeah, I think in conclusion, really, and obviously we could talk about it a little bit more once I've finished it, depending on whether we feel comfortable sort of spoiling it for other people. But it's a game that is absolutely chock full of great ideas, but in terms of the way it implements those ideas, it's a bit of an acquired taste. And as you say, a lot of that is to do with the sort of puzzler genre that it belongs to.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
totally is.
Absolutely.
Apart from that, buddy, I dicked about in the Vita for a bit, played some Lego Star Wars, thought I'd start off my missions on that. Runs pretty well, but looks like Lego, so that's fine. So nothing to talk about there.
Fair enough, but I'm sure you get a lot of enjoyment out of that, especially on your old holishlay.
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to that Broken Swords, whatever it is, 5 something.
Yeah.
I think that's the game that I'm really gonna just fucking play the shit out of this time round.
Nice, man. That'd be good to hear about.
Yeah, I'll carry it in my special techno bag.
Yeah, you can charge, you can get a power pack for the Vita, and
I could charge the Vita as I play it while I'm walking with my bag on.
yeah,
There you go, mate.
fucking sweet, buddy. What a time to be alive.
I should put like a USB hub so I can charge like loads of shit at the same time.
You can be a dude who goes around the beach and charges people
Yeah, I can charge them
for money and electricity.
Yeah, nice. I like
You're
it.
calling.
So, buddy, that's about all the games I've been playing this week, apart from a couple that we played together. Is there anything that you have been playing alone?
Well, basically,
even?
Not really, because I've been away for sort of 5 of the last 7 days. So, other than the sort of usual stuff, sort of Pez and lots of Peggle while I was stewing and just wasting away. The only thing I played while I was away in terms of video games, there was an arcade at the hotel, which we spent a little bit of time in. Mainly played like, I really like those basketball games, which is ironic after the debacle with the big bananas. But I really like the one where it's just...
I really like spending money to throw balls. But
yeah, but I don't want to win a banana.
At the end.
I do not. So yeah, I really like that game where you just chuck like 50p in, and then you've got like 30 seconds to chuck these 3 balls that keep rolling back to you. And then, you know, if you get a high enough score, then it goes on to the second round and the thing starts moving around. Classic carnival game. I played a load of that. Got quite hooked on it for a little while. Beat the high score on the machine.
Oh,
yeah, which
nothing
is
but net, buddy.
Which sounds like it's, you know,
right, I mean, that sounds like a big dick player move.
Except I'm in a children's hotel.
Yeah, but you know, some dad like me takes his kids there and be like, "Yeah, I'll show you what to do, son." Swish, he's on fire.
I was pleased, and we were the only ones in the arcade because it was like 10 o'clock at night and all the kiddies were in bed, and the parents were probably drunk and you know, or asleep.
Standard.
So it was just me and the missus and the guy who was unfortunate enough to have to man the fucking prize counter until 11 o'clock. Who clearly didn't expect to see anyone all evening, and then we fucking waddle in and start shiting about on all his machines. But he seemed genuinely impressed, buddy. So there is that. Got to like the 4th round of it, where it starts moving the net up and down as well as side to side. It's good stuff.
What?
Yeah, it was good stuff. But anyway, this is a video games podcast, so let's talk about that. It was mainly all physical games they had in there, but they did have a Mariokart machine, which looked shite, but the missus wanted to have a go.
Was it the 2 or was it like the 2-seater one?
It was the one with the 2 seats, but I don't know about you, buddy, but what I have discovered from arcade machines that allege to allow you to play with friends is more often than not, I don't know how the network connection works between them, but more often than not, it doesn't fucking work.
Yeah,
and you load in, and you're not playing with your friend or partner. You're just racing pointlessly in 2 separate races side by side, and that's what happened here.
It's the best.
So that was annoying because it was £1 a go. So
yeah,
you know,
I've been there.
I think it was the Wii version, but souped up to like arcade level. So it looked a lot nicer, but it certainly wasn't Mario Kart 8.
No, of course not.
It was just called Mario Kart Arcade, so it didn't really give the game away on what version it was. But yeah, I would
was
go
it
with
the GPDX or the GP2.
No, it was literally just called Mario Kart Arcade, and yeah, it was sort of Wii graphics, but souped up to sort of up-res to HD levels, and it had the seat and the steering wheel and everything.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Google images of it. I think it's the same one that I played at when I was in Thingamadingy. Where did I go last year?
Isle of Wight.
Fuck, Isle of Wight, yeah, with my son. But yeah,
I was pretty unimpressed, if I'm honest. It was fine.
It just feels weird playing it with the steering wheel.
It doesn't feel right.
You're not in first person.
No, and it's really light as well.
Mario Kart first person VR. Oh my god.
That would be good.
I'd buy a Switch for that.
Yeah.
Strap that Switch to my face.
Yeah.
I'm in VR.
Speaking very briefly of VR, seeing as we are talking about a game I played while I was away on my mini schley. The ride
that
Air
sounds fucking weird, by the way.
mini sleigh.
Yeah.
The ride Air.
Yeah, Air.
That has now been renamed Galactica, which is Air, but with VR headsets.
Right.
Yeah, that wasn't working for the whole 3 days I was there.
For fuck!
The VR headsets weren't working, and someone had something of a what turned out to be a bit of a dirty protest. Because the headsets were in these pouches on the handrail thing that comes down, and this kid was like, I'm not having this. I'm gonna like yoink this thing out, and I don't know if it was working when he got it out of the packet and he managed to put it on as they were pulling out the station, and the staff didn't notice, but I fucking did, and I was thinking, something's going to go so seriously wrong here.
You're in trouble here, buddy.
He did not have it attached to his face as it went out the station. And if you know what Air does, I was like, But either way, he came back into the station and just fucking chucked up everywhere. Now, whether that was the headset or whether it was the trepidation of having to hold tightly onto a headset while going around on air, I don't know, but they shut the ride down for 15 minutes and had to mop the fucking thing up.
Yeah,
they were like, you should probably come back later. I was like, I'm not getting out of the queue. I'll fucking get your mop and I'll wait.
Sort it out, you cunt.
But yeah, long story short, I didn't get the chance to try out the fucking VR roller coaster, buddy.
Motherfuckers,
sucks balls.
buddy.
Sucks balls.
That is shitty. Shitty balls.
So yeah, anyway,
shitty
Mario Kart Arcade. I wasn't very impressed. It didn't work properly, so I couldn't play it with the missus. I won the race, but it felt like I wasn't going to until the final lap, and then it sort of, gave me all that fucking shit and just got me up the front, like Mario Kart does,
Standard Mario Kart, buddy. Yeah, I like it.
So it was a hollow victory where I felt like I hadn't earned it at all, which is the main problem with Mario Kart a lot of the time.
Yeah, it is.
I still think 8 Deluxe looks cool, though.
It does indeed.
Yeah. So there you go.
It does.
So let's talk about the couple of games that we played together this week, buddy.
Together.
The first one, which... Was it after the podcast last week?
It was literally straight after the podcast. I was like, let's play Paladins or Paragon, whatever fucking free game we can get our hands on, buddy.
And we did. I had to download it, which took 15 minutes.
Yep.
And then we played Paladins, and Paladins is shit Overwatch, isn't it, buddy?
It's shit Overwatch, buddy, but it's fine.
It's all right.
It's all right. Does the job, mate. I mean, it's full of microtransactions. That's why it's free.
Yeah, free to play. Only half a dozen characters unlocked. If that. Obviously, they'll keep padding it out with more and more characters, which is problematic when you're selling the characters for money. You have to be sort of concerned with the fact that they could completely destabilize the balance of the game as they keep chucking more and more fucking bodies at it.
Of course they could.
But my early thoughts were we should probably play Overwatch. That was kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, it did. It made me think I'd rather play Overwatch. And I was thinking, you know what? I wouldn't mind playing some Overwatch.
We should play some Overwatch.
We should play some Overwatch. I mean... I don't think we have anything more to talk about with Paladins,
No.
have we?
So all I can say is what will happen is this week we will play Overwatch. We will get battered on Overwatch, and next week we will say we don't like Overwatch. That's what's...
I can't wait, mate. I don't think we are going to get battered. I mean, like, if we just jump into a game, I feel like we'd be all right.
Maybe. We'll see, though.
Don't know.
We'll see.
Like, we like, when we get together, we're quite a tight team of effective talkers and maneuvering and things. And,
that's true.
You know. On Tuesday night, I think we managed to get some fucking co-op action and played some Alienation.
Yeah,
buddy.
this is a call to arms from Funk, who was like, hey, we should play that fucking game. And we were like, okay, buddy, we can get on. So
yeah. So I think that we're going to try and do that maybe like once a week now. Try and get on another time.
Yeah, Funk mentions that in Old Fuckwit Corner. But yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I did not read that, but yeah, cool.
But yeah, so Alienation. It's fine, isn't it?
It's fucking Zombie Nation in space.
Zombie Nation.
But it's not in space, it's on Earth. So it's the same place.
Yeah.
As Zombie Nation. No, Dead Nation, sorry, yeah. It's fine. It's like a poor man's Helldivers, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. It made me want to play Helldivers.
Yeah, Helldivers is harder than this, though, I think.
Yeah. I don't know, can you turn off friendly fire in Helldivers?
I don't think you can. I don't know, they might have patched it in.
I'd appreciate that, because as
was
nice
a
a
motherfucker
twist,
in that game.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bore. So
yeah, especially when you're getting like in Alienation, you get absolutely fucked by like hordes.
Yeah.
And if you had friendly fire on, then it would just no, that would not go well. I found like in Alienation that like a lot of like the perks that I played as a tank, and like pretty much all my perks that I could unlock, I was like, these are all wank. I don't want to use any of these.
Yeah.
Or like. The good thing is you can reassign your perks as well, even after you've assigned them, so you can get your points back and move them about. So I started doing that, and I tested out all of them. I had like a big plasma rifle thing, which did little to no damage. I was like, that's fucking pointless. I had a shield, which was fine, and the last one was like a big ring of jizz could just come out of the ground, like, which was vaguely effective, but not really, because like I had to wait until I was like absolutely surrounded by people, so I was getting the shit kicked out of me until I could use that for its optimal moment. So not really great perks for a tank.
No,
but, you know.
I have to say, looking through the perks that you were using, the perks that Funk was using.
The punks that funks.
It seemed like my healing ability was basically the only useful thing we had between the three of us.
Totally. And I was like, well, I think we said we should all just go as healers, and then just everyone could heal each other continuously.
Yeah, you could heal every sort of 15 seconds or something then, and it'd probably be much easier. But overall, this is a competent, fun enough shooter that I think is overshadowed by Helldivers. I think it's a much better game. This is a little bit
different. Which was also PS Plus, wasn't it? I think Helldivers.
Yeah, they both were. Yeah. They both were. Yeah. I think we bought Helldivers and then it hit PS Plus like 6 months later or something.
Yeah,
but,
which was fine.
Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't expensive at the time, but
no.
Yeah, this is fun. I mean, as we mentioned last week, all that time ago when JJ picked it up, he said, so it's a decent, competent game that's fun with friends, and he's absolutely right. That's what it is.
He's totally right. Like we played it for a couple of hours last night. Like it was fine. We even got a random Champo in there. What was he? Demon Seed.
Yeah, the boy Demon Seed. Yeah, it does a thing occasionally, and it doesn't do it every time. And I tested this. Like 2 out of 5 times, it'll make your room public again after you've set it to friends only. So that's nice. But that meant that the boy Demon Seed, some random pub he got in, was playing with us for a round, and he did fine. And then I kicked him, but through no fault of his own except his own existence,
he
offended me greatly, and that was the problem. But But yeah, there you go. So basically, we played 2 games together. Paladins made us want to play Overwatch, and Alienation made us want to play Helldivers. So there you go.
Better games.
So yeah, that's it, isn't it? I think. Should we move on?
Yeah, mate. That's it. I'm out.
Sweet. And now it's time for the news. Number one.
Can we get an
one.
update, please, buddy? Can we get an update?
Little update.
Can we get an update?
Little update.
Yep, little update right now.
Number one, Konami and Diego Maradona settled PES 2017 likeness dispute.
Fuck me, thank you.
This was Maradona who didn't know and then found out that Konami had put Maradona in PES 2017 as a classic player without his permission, and kicked off about it. And as I suppose, as is his right, absolutely, because they settled. So they've settled out of court after his likeness was used without permission. He will donate his compensation package to charity. And Konami have also signed him up as a brand ambassador. So yeah, that's right, buddies. He's now working for Konami.
Maradona, I'd like him to be my brand ambassador. I mean, he's so well kept.
Yeah, in no way is he tainted in any way by previous misdemeanors. He's a true saint of our time, buddy. He'll be remembered fondly in the sort of same way that Mother Teresa kind of was remembered. So
yeah, definitely, he's the cleanest man I know on earth.
Yeah, absolutely. Sarcasm. So either way, there you go. So he's being paid by Konami, a settlement, and then he's being paid by Konami to promote PES, presumably. Within the next sort of year or so, we'll start seeing some very odd adverts with Maradona promoting Konami.
It's gonna be mint. I hope he's like on the box art or something.
That'd be
just
funny.
Like fat old Maradona, like kicking a football.
Not even like young Maradona, like just current Maradona.
Yeah, current Maradona
untouched
now,
by Photoshop. Just
yeah, straight up there
with his fucking
bag
guts.
of cocaine as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there you go.
But I'm glad that mess got sorted out.
It was a happy ending.
It's been lingering for a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Number two. Dota 2 is getting a co-op campaign.
What the fuck?
Dunno.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
I tried playing Dota 2 a couple of times.
I already know that I don't have the patience.
It's a lot of learning and waiting around for resources.
Yeah.
I mean, see, this is why I don't really like Arc and things like that, like in mass multiplayer, because in those type of games, it takes so long to like get shit together, and then if you die, it's all gone. It's fucking gone.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like in Dota, it's a lot of waiting around. What is it? I don't know, with the minions, I don't know what it's called. There's a special term.
Yeah,
like,
I can't remember.
Is it mining? Either. Some sort of mining.
You order shit from the shop and they bring it out to you, and
I
don't know. It's all Greek to me, Choda boy. But essentially, this has got some sort of 4-player co-op campaign. It's called Silt Breaker.
Sounds nice.
The first 2 parts will arrive later this month. And it will be available to all players who buy this year's $10 International Battle Pass, which includes other shit as well. And your $10 is contributed to the prize pool for the... What's it called? Is it the International?
The International. How do you not know? Yes, the International, buddy. Of course it is.
I do know, I said it.
Well, that's all right then.
Yep.
Fucking hell.
Dota 2 there. Fine. Okay. There you go. No one expected that, or probably wanted it. I don't know, but
no idea, mate. It's there now, though.
Streaming will show whether anyone actually gave a fuck about that at all. So we'll keep an eye on that over the coming weeks.
Yeah, we'll see.
And we'll move on for now. So EA have been quite vocal about their figures this week. They've been talking about, they've been doing their end of year. So their reports have come out and they've got a few interesting bits of information. One of which is a third of current gen EA games last year were digital sales.
That's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, I don't really know. 1 in 3 games EA sold last year was a digital download rather than a disc. I don't know if I find that odd or not, really. I don't know what to make of it. At first, I was like, I'd thought that would be more, but then I thought, well, maybe not with EA Access. How are they calculating the figures exactly, especially for the Xbox? But with EA Access, it's... I don't know. I don't know how many people still buy discs exclusively. I mean, the stores are usually a little bit more expensive, but both Xbox and PlayStation have pretty good sales now that are competitive.
Yeah, there's always a sale on.
With the trade-in prices, they're usually a bit sort of kicking around there. So
yeah. I remember when I was at uni, so we're talking like 10 years ago minimum, going to when I was I did like a game show in, I think it was in Sheffield or something like that, and we had like there's guys from Sumo Digital, Team 17 there and stuff like that, and the question back then about like how stuff's going digital came up, and this was like 10 years ago, and like they were like, yeah, everything's going to be like digital in like 2 to 3 years kind of thing. And I thought by now, like I thought that number, like that's high because obviously EA sell a shitload of games, but I would have thought by now that should be higher. I think the internet infrastructure in the UK is still fucking terrible. I can't believe that there's still areas that are just like dead. It's mental. Like fucking when I went back to my parents, it was just like, wow, like this is just it's ridiculous. Like how can you live like this?
Yeah,
it's weird.
The infrastructure hasn't caught up. There's also the fact that the consoles keep launching with less storage space than is required.
There is that. Yeah, but after 4 years, you can plug a hard drive into it now, buddy.
You can.
That's nice.
And people still like trading in, but they're that's dying out as well.
Yeah. Totally is.
The EA stats suggest that by this time next year, they're expecting that figure to have risen up clear of 45% towards the halfway point, and then we really are talking the death of physical media. But it's certainly, as you say, I remember thinking, 10 years ago, absolutely. I remember when Steam was launched with Half-Life 2, and this is going to be the future. And I think with things where it's obviously difficult to predict technology that you have no concept of or understanding of, but when an idea is floated in front of you, a new service in its infancy, then you always kind of feel like it's going to get there quicker than it actually does. It just feels that way, that progress. So
yeah, I guess it's the fact that we've always not really been at the forefront of it, so we kind of think like, why isn't everyone else doing this kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway. It's Back to the Future. Where's my fucking hoverboard syndrome? Is basically what it is. But
where is my fucking hoverboard?
Exactly, buddy. Where's my flying car? Yeah, it's
where is Jaws 19?
You're right, though. That does make a big difference when you're keeping like abreast of new technology. When you're keeping track of it all the time, then it does feel like it's like the 4K thing. Like everyone's still got like HD TVs, me included. Feels like I suspect if I was thinking like, I wonder what percentage of people have upgraded to 4K.
Yeah, it's going to be minimal.
I'd put that figure much higher than it actually fucking is because
totally.
Yeah,
it's like they're still selling fucking HD ready TV.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
It's cheap as fuck, though, isn't it?
Don't get me started on that.
Cheap as fuck, and a lot of people still don't know the difference.
That was a terrible month. I hated it.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
Fucking slightly zoomed in screen. I will never forget.
Ridiculous hands-free.
Fucking, I'm never getting rid of that TV. It's like my fail-safe or whatever. It's fucking min.
Still be going in like 30 years. No problem.
Yeah. I had something else to say, but it's gone out of my head now. Anyway.
Well, let us know if it pops back in
if I
there.
remember it, I will try.
We'll move on for now.
I remember what it is.
Oh, go on.
Earlier today, you know, it was when you said, like, the death of physical media. I was like, today at work, I was talking to one of the guys there going, not prisoner, like, staff member, and we were talking about, like, VHS, Betamax, then we moved on to DVD and, like, things like that. And I was like, oh, do you remember Love Film, like, the DVD rental thing? And that was it. We were talking about blockbusters and, like, renting, like, the awesomeness of going to, like, the fucking video store and, like, looking at all the videos and being like, oh, which one we're going to get kind of thing. All the excitement. That's all fucking gone. And then, we were talking about Love Film and how, like, I don't know, like, 8 years ago, must be now, I don't know, when I was living in Leeds. Yeah, 8 years ago. We had Love Film and you could rent DVDs, but also games. And, like, I used to get, like, a couple of games every month and, like, play through them, send them back, get them here. And, like, yeah, I was just thinking, like, is that a thing anymore? Can you rent games? I don't know. I can't think of anywhere that rents games anymore.
I think you can. I think...
Where?
Didn't Love Film get swallowed up by Amazon or something?
Yeah, but they only do DVDs now. Or Blu-rays or whatever. I don't think they do games.
I'm sure there is a game rental service.
I'm just curious because I was racking my brain about it. I didn't do any research in it. I'm sure if I just Google Game Rental Service UK, something will pop up instantly.
The only thing that's popped up on my one is Boomerang Rentals.
Who are they?
boomerangrentals.co.uk, which is video game rental. Subscribe from as little as $3.99 a month. Thousands of titles, all major formats, free delivery, 21-day free trial.
21-day free trial. I'm in. Free game.
Rent PS4 and Xbox One games like these for as little as $3.99. The games are...
Oh, yeah, but if you want to rent games like this, it's $9.99 a month.
$7.99 and $9.99. $9.99 a month would get you... stuff like Prey, for example, which is out like the last week. City Skylines, Halo Wars 2. $7.99 package gets you stuff like Neo and Slain and Dead Rising 4, and then the base package gets you stuff like Dishonored 2 and Gears of War 4. So
this kind of the thing still exists.
Yeah, they fucking rent Vita games.
What?
They rent PSP games.
I need this.
Yeah. Boomerang Rentals, buddy.
Mate, you haven't mentioned the best one. They rent Wii U games.
They do. They rent DS games.
Yeah, they got them all. No Switch games yet, though.
No. They've got buy as well. I wonder what their prices are like.
Probably fucking shocking, I bet.
PS4.
Oh, mate, this is... Oh, dear, I might have to get on board with this now.
You're going to try the trial out?
I might have to.
Actually, their new game prices are quite competitive. You've got Injustice 2, £41.
I could play Mass Effect Andromeda for £10 if I wanted.
Confusingly, their front page has South Park: The Fractured Butthole available to buy for $41.90.
Fucking buy it now, mate. See what happens.
Pre-order. Well, either way, there you go. So there are services there, but I know what you're saying. Like, Love Film was really mainstream, and they had ads on the TV and everything.
Yeah, it was just weird. I was just thinking about it earlier.
I actually had it for a while as well, and I got a lot of movies.
It was decent.
But yeah, it was fine. It was all right.
Literally, that's the only place that I can find. Oh, no, here we go. Gamefly.com. There you go. Yeah, they just putting loads of ads out now. We're just trying to get everyone to rent games.
Desperate for fucking sponsorship.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Well, either way, we'll move on to something that is kind of vaguely related to something PJ was talking about last week, where he mentioned that he was looking at pro controllers. And this is to do with sort of pro, I would call them pro headsets. Of course, back in the 360 days, there was that Bluetooth 360 headset that was a little bit hit and miss, but did do away with that wired connection between your controller and your face.
Yeah.
There's a new Xbox headset on the way, and it's an officially licensed one, pairs with the Xbox One exactly the same way that your Troll does. So, no cable required. Looks quite plush, actually. Looks pretty sturdy and really nice.
It's like a proper set of headphones with a detachable mic, which is much better than just like a little Bluetooth headset.
So yeah, it's a direct connect. So it's officially for the Xbox One. It's by a company called Lucid Sound, and it does away with the cables in what should be. The concept is a solid concept. Should be the best way that you could do it, really, natively on the console. So no prices announced yet, but it is due out this year. So we'll keep you posted.
Looks like you can use it on Windows 10 as well. It says with new PCs that include built-in or built-on Xbox wireless technology or using the Xbox wireless adapter. I'm guessing the new one, not the 360 one that I've got.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I think it looks really good, to be honest.
Yeah, man, looks nice. I'd buy that. I mean, these Sony ones that I've got, they're so comfortable. They're like my favourite headphones that I've ever owned, I think. It's crazy.
Fucking cool. Yeah. And I think I'd be more willing to pay for headset stuff rather than a Pro controller because of the multifunction, the fact that you end up with a really good set of headphones as well as a nice headset. So if you're looking to splooge out on peripherals, then that might be your best bet.
Gibbons.
So yeah.
Unless you got a PlayStation.
And where an equivalent will presumably exist at some point.
Indeed.
And finally this is kind of your story, isn't it? So I think I will...
I guess, yeah, sure.
I'm going to put it in your section.
Thanks.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to pop it in there. So
well,
yeah, that's it from me, buddy. Because I just did that. So now I'm going to hand over to you for what is my favourite section and always will be. It is Ash's News Favourite Things of the Week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's News Favorite Thing of the Week.
Cheers, buddy. So I guess we'll start off with that first one that you've just popped in there. And that's the Nintendo PlayStation, which was the console developed by Sony for Nintendo that never got made in the end. Or ended up being like the SNES without a disc drive, being a cartridge-based thing. And, one turned up like some point last year. Some dude was like, hey, I've got one. Doesn't work. Fucking works now, buddy, doesn't it? Thanks to what's his name? Ben Heck, that made like all them crazy laptops and shit.
Yeah, he's got it going.
Yeah, mate. There's like a little YouTube video if anyone wants to like fucking find it out. It's on the internet. Feel free to search for it. But yeah, there you go. He's got the CD drive working, and I think they're getting like some homebrew shit on there and stuff like that.
I had a little read of the story, and it sounds like he's basically washing his hands of it now. He says, his work's done. He's got the CD drive working, and now it's up to other people to actually like implement that, get it going, and so on. So I suppose that'll be a sort of ongoing story, really, won't it?
I think so. It's pretty cool. Like, part of gaming history can actually be saved.
Yeah.
Because everyone thought that this was just fucking dead. Dead.
Would have
it was like people knew about it.
Changed everything, that.
I have no idea.
Well, there'd be no N64 because
there'd be no PlayStation.
They were looking at releasing a CD console like it's SNES time.
I know.
It's nuts. If you think about that, it's nuts.
It is.
Mad.
Absolutely nuts. My friend, your friend, everybody's friend, big favourite amongst the community, Palmer Luckey, buddy. He's been quiet for quite a while, And if you just click on that link, you'll see a fucking lovely picture of him doing a bit of cosplay as Metal Gear's Quiet in Japan. There you go, mate. There's him, and the character from Metal Gear is the lady that is, just wearing like a black bra, some
Quiet, isn't
hot
it?
pants, and some tights that are a bit, Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's that.
So, the last time Palmer Luckey was in the news, he donated $100,000 to the to Donald Trump's inauguration,
Yes.
and then radio silence for
Yeah.
several
But
months.
Since then.
And then the next time he appears,
Yeah.
he is in a bikini.
He's in a bikini. Yeah.
Interesting,
pants.
interesting chap, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah. Is that the answer?
Yes. I love this quote from Polygon on the story as well, by the way. If one were interested in getting attention, this is absolutely one approach that's going to pay off. Yeah. Possibly not feeling very relevant all of a sudden, Mr. Lucky, but yeah. I wouldn't look up those images, would you?
I mean, I have twice.
But now that you have, would you recommend other people steer clear?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, okay. Consider that a review. Steer clear, buddies.
Next one, buddy. I was going to put this towards the Fonzel Phoenix for this week, and that is, it would have been a Phoenix, obviously, because it's Bethesda, buddy.
They're fucking
And,
up to now.
The lawyers from Bethesda have forced an indie developer to change its name from Prey of the Gods because it has the word prey in it, and now they have to put a Prey for the Gods. I mean, that's a bit fucking petty if you ask me.
Yeah, it's a weird one because every time something like this happens, on the one hand, it just looks shit because it looks like a big fucking corporate juggernaut going after a tiny dev. And I saw a little statement from Bethesda where they were saying, we have to challenge these sorts of things to retain our trademark. We have to challenge anything that could possibly encroach on it in any way, even if we don't really want to. Now, you can believe that or you can't. And
Yeah,
I think
they're making excuses, man.
I don't know.
Fuck those.
Probably, actually, PJ is probably a good one to ask.
Yeah, we need Lawyer Boy,
Lawyer Boy.
on the case. Let us know if this is correct. If so, I will write a formal apology and retract my statement that Bethesda are cunts.
It seems cunty, and I think it's cunty regardless of whether they have to do it or not. But but it would be nice to know where sort of whether that's just an excuse from Bethesda saying they have to challenge any possibility of trademark infringement to retain the thing. It doesn't sound right to me, but yeah, Lawyer Boy, get in touch.
Do your job.
Gibbons.
Steam, that company, or that people of that section of a company. I don't know
Not the
what it's called.
E17 song.
Steam.
No.
No, unfortunately not. Apparently, they're dealing with 50,000 refund requests a day. That's a fucking lot.
Does sound like a lot. How many purchases are made on Steam each day is the...
More than 50,000.
Absolutely, yeah. One would hope.
I guess. I mean...
That does sound a lot though, doesn't it?
That makes... Yeah, that's crazy. I guess people were just playing games and be like, that's 1 hour 59. Stop. That game's going back.
Yeah, and then maybe making a new account and buying it again.
Possibly,
Might
yeah.
run out of cards and PayPal accounts, but yeah.
Worth doing, though.
Maybe.
Play that 2 hours of the game straight off the bat. Every time. Fucking, did you see someone did a speed run of the new Prey in under half an hour?
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Mate, solid reviews.
I don't trust
More so
them.
on the PC. I think Metacritic's sitting on 80 on PS4 at the moment.
I'm not... Yeah, no, I'm good. I have no urge to buy that game now.
No.
I don't know why.
Demo really put me off. Literally the opposite of what a demo's supposed to do.
Yeah, not like fucking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 demo.
The greatest
that
demo
game.
of all time.
Fucking Marseille level.
Yep.
So many hours spent
Indeed.
fucking grinding around multiple bowls.
Gibbons.
Far Cry. That's a game. Have you heard about the new one that's possibly going to be set in the Wild West?
Shit. That'd be cool.
Yeah, just in time for Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, definitely not
Also
treading on any
set
toes there.
in the Wild West.
Yeah.
Apparently it's out in September, rumour has it.
Which is about the time we expect Red Dead to drop.
Possibly.
I know which
Who
I'd rather
knows?
play.
It's going to be a standoff at high noon, buddy.
Yeah. It's going to be like the fucking Alamo.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Need for Speed 2017, if that's the official title. Bad title, just saying. Apparently it's gonna you'll be able to play this one offline. Thank fuck.
That's right. They are currently promoting the fact that the 2017 version of Need for Speed is a game that you'll be able to pause.
Fuck me. Who'd have thought it?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember the last Need for Speed game that you could pause, though, because you couldn't do that with... Was it Rivals?
No, you
the
couldn't.
First one that was on PS4? I mean, that... I don't know. It makes sense if it's an online game. You can't fucking pause it because the game has to continue. I mean, you can pause PES.
Yeah, but you couldn't
then
play...
obviously
The
everyone
last
has
one
to
you couldn't
pause
play offline.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not cool.
Stupid.
Yeah, that game was bad.
Do you think this one will have wheel support, buddy?
No, I'm going to go out and say no.
I can't help but agree there, buddy. I suspect that racing game will not have wheel support.
I don't think they know what a wheel is.
Well, judging by the handling physics, you're absolutely fucking right.
I know, right? Crazy. Final thing this week, buddy, and it's a fucking doozy. Nintendo Switch ask third parties to speed up title releases.
What?
They're like, hey guys, can we get some games, please?
Right, okay. At first, when you said that, I thought you were saying they were asking third parties to improve performance on existing games.
Oh, no. Like, literally, can we get some more games? Can we speed it up?
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing.
Yeah.
But they didn't rush it out.
Oh, no, that thing was totally ready.
Absolutely, 100%.
Like, the menu system in that it worked.
The left Joy-Con, it just works.
It was fine. Don't worry about that.
All of the games,
Yeah.
Zelda,
that game was ready.
I met someone this week who has a Switch and hasn't bought Mario Kart.
I mean, so do they just not play their Switch anymore?
I said,
then?
why haven't you bought it? There's only 2 games to buy, and you've got Zelda.
You've got Zelda, yeah. What else have you got for it? Did they buy Bomberman?
No, they didn't. Possibly, I don't know if this is part of the course, but they have it on the Wii U.
What, Zelda?
Mario Kart 8.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
And
maybe that's why.
So they saw no reason to buy it on the Switch. I said I would still do so.
I'd sell the Wii U.
Yeah.
Just get rid of it.
But, you know, he's probably had it for years. He might have as many as 10 games for that console. So
that's all of them, isn't it? Right, sorry, buddy. Let me just open my... I've got a cooler bag here, like a really small one, like just a bottle-sized cooler bag.
Okay.
Yeah, and just keeping my beer in it nice and cold.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking, like, countless times I've sat here doing the podcast, and, like, by around this time, the beer's getting a bit warm. I'm like, hey, I needed, like, a single bottle cooler bag.
I've got to say,
beer.
this podcast is feeling really weird this week.
What?
I don't know. No, I'm not complaining about it. It might be better. It might be for the better, but it feels very freeform. I keep forgetting we're even doing one. I feel like we're just having a chat. Like maybe that's a good thing.
That's what we do every week.
Yeah, but even more this week, I just keep forgetting. I can't seem to remember that.
Don't worry about it. Let's just keep going.
Okay.
We've finished my section now because I've got nothing else to say on that. So we need to go into the next one, which is Fonz or Phoenix, buddy.
Gibbons, buddy, you provided us with a great deal of news there. So yeah,
I can't remember any of it.
It was good.
Good.
Yep. And now, now it's time for Fonz or Phoenix.
So what have we got this week, buddy, in our up, down, left, right, anti-gravity or gravity, stuff that goes in, stuff that goes out, solids, liquids, gas, what have you, Fonz or Phoenix?
Animal, mineral, vegetable.
What am I?
We got a Fonz.
Yeah.
As this week, buddy, Bethesda saved a man's life.
Bethesda, the people I literally called cunts 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So they saved someone's life. How so?
They saved someone's life. Let me tell you a little tale which I've paraphrased for your pleasure.
Please.
You can find out more about this by searching rabbit mix on Imgur.
Okay.
Or Imgur. I don't know how you pronounce that website. Either way.
Imgur.
Imgur. I'm sticking with Imgur. Fucking come up with a name that's got vowels in the right places and we'll talk. Redditor Rabbit Mix was playing Prey the other night when he heard a loud popping sound. Looking around, at first he thought a light bulb had blown or car backfired or something like that. And then he noticed a bit of his wall was missing, buddy. Just a hole in his wall. Which he then realised was a bullet hole. It was at this point in the story that I discovered this was a gentleman in America, buddy.
Yeah.
America's crazy, by the way.
America!
Fuck
yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking world, yeah!
So yeah, he realised it was a bullet hole, searched for the bullet, and found that the bullet was inside and had been stopped by his special edition of the Elder Scrolls Anthology. This is an anthology disc pack of all the Elder Scrolls games. It was sitting under his monitor and stopped the fucking bullet.
That's crazy.
Turns out his neighbour had fired a gun into the wall during an argument, apparently by mistake, although...
Like you do.
America.
Standard, yeah.
There.
Yeah, America.
And the anthology had stopped the bullet. Amusingly, he was more concerned about the anthology than anything else. Like, there's no hint from any of his updates of him saying sort of like, oh, thank God it wasn't me that got shot, or anything like that. He very much tied up with the fact that his anthology got battered by a bullet. So yeah, there's photos and all sorts. I mean,
I'd be pissed
online.
off as well, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's got to be a Fonz for Bethesda for creating an anthology disc pack that's capable of stopping a bullet, possibly saving his life in the process. And following it up after they heard about the story, Bethesda got in touch with the boy Rabbit Mix, buddy, and offered to send him a new version of the Elder Scrolls Anthology.
I mean, that's what you want. 2 copies.
And they all lived happily ever after, except that guy lives next to a fucking nutter.
True, buddy. Just one sec. There you go. Did you hear that?
Imgur.
That's how you say it.
Are you trusting that digital gentleman to...
Yeah, I mean, I can change it. This is UK Daniel. Who do you want? US Alex. Here we go. Imgur. There you go. Do you want España Jorge?
Yep. Imgur.
Yeah, I like that one. There you go, mate. So that's how it's pronounced.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So there you go, buddy. There's my Fonz. Bullet stopped by Bethesda Anthology. Ridiculous, fucking crazy story. Bethesda offering to replace it, which is funny. And everyone lived happily ever after, hopefully.
Yeah, they did.
Fonz. And now it's time for Out This Week.
And that's out this week.
Sure is, buddy. We got some games here, and no doubt you'll be tremendously excited about all of them, as is so often the case. So let's get the ball rolling with Injustice 2, buddy. That's out on PS4, Xbox One, iOS, and Android. Is that fighting game that's coming out?
And that's out this week.
Nice, like it. We've got The Surge, which has been oddly absent of marketing.
It has had none. Too little.
I got an email from Sony about it a couple of days ago. It's the first time I'd ever even heard of it. Looked on the store to find it is pre-orderable. And from the videos that I've watched, it looks like Horizon meets Destiny meets Transformers, but far less cool than all those three games.
It's that if you mash them together and you get the worst bits of each one, that's what you get.
I don't know. I mean, graphically it looks nice. It has some interesting ideas, but yeah, I hadn't heard of it before. I'm naturally suspicious of that fact because I normally know about games. So for me to not know anything about this game suggests foul play, because I'd have been looking. So there we go. Either way, the first I heard of it was Sony sending me an email suggesting that I pre-order it, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
I don't trust you. You're a bag of cunts.
A bag of cunts. So,
I mean, I'm watching gameplay of it now, but it looks fucking balls.
I don't know. It's robot fighting.
No, it looks terrible.
Doesn't look great. Yeah, I don't know. Next, Reservoir Dogs Bloody Days is out on PC. That's got nothing to do with Reservoir Dogs, from what I can tell.
Why is it called Reservoir Dogs?
I guess they've acquired the license, but they haven't got any of the characters or voice actors.
Mr. Pink.
Obviously, that's a generic character name that they can use.
Mr. Pooh Brown.
It's not like Tim Roth's in it or anything. So
okay.
So yeah, that's out this week. We also have Thumper coming to Switch. That's a VR game for a console that doesn't have VR. And finally this week we have Endless Space 2 on the PC, which is a turn-based space combat game, and I'm not into that sort of thing, buddies, but considering I'm not into that sort of thing, I thought it looked rather cool, and something that I could get into if I was in that sort of thing, which I'm not.
I mean, there must have been like an endless space.
Well, space...
That clearly came to an end, therefore Endless Space 2... was made.
Yeah, I think so.
So can I sue the first game for whatever it is, that word that I'm looking for? Not copyright, it's false advertising.
Libel, I suppose. Libel and
space.
slander.
Yeah,
it's misrepresentation of the facts.
I mean, I'm expecting endless space.
If I understand science at all, buddy, and I certainly don't.
Fucking no way.
The universe isn't infinite, and nor is
how can it be?
Nor is space. Apparently, it's a circle.
So it goes round and round again, like that song "Let's Go Round Again."
As I understand, yes.
But what's in the middle of the circle?
Space.
But Can I go through the space?
No, I mean, we're at the end of my knowledge now, and it may not have even been knowledge. You'll have...
So it's not like a ring like Halo?
I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Anyway, that's out this week, buddies. Endless Space 2 on PC. Looks cool. Nice graphics. Nice mechanics. I watched some videos and got quite engrossed in it, so... not coming to Mac, though, so fuck you guys.
Fuck you.
And now it's time for Many Moons Ago. Many Moons Ago.
Sure. I don't remember the last time we did this.
It's been a long time.
What did I used to say? When are we going, buddy? When are we going? There you go.
It was so long ago, but it's all coming back to him now.
It was many moons ago.
It was many moons ago. This week, buddy, we're going back to the 11th of May, 1995.
Good times.
And the 11th of May 1995, or rather, to give it its full date range, the 11th to the 13th of May 1995, was the very first E3. The inaugural E3, buddy.
Entertainment.
That's the one. And that's kind of cool. I mean, we're only a month from E3 now. In fact, we're less than a month from E3.
We are.
It's on the way, and in the coming weeks, we'll be able to conveniently pad out the podcast with various predictions and things we're excited about seeing. But for this week and this week alone, buddy, we got a special Many Moons for you. So I did a bit of reading up on the first E3 because I didn't actually know very much about it. And I've got some hopefully interesting facts to regale you with. So should I get the ball rolling here, buddy? And then we can just have a little think about each one as we go.
I was really helpful and put some YouTube clips in that we can talk about that no one else can see.
That is helpful.
I thought it would
with
be.
Bunny ears.
Yeah.
So my first thing that I found when I was doing my reading was E3 was born out of the Chicago Consumer Electronics Show, CES, which was dying a death. They decided that they were going to focus on video games. From the reports and stuff that I've read from people there at the time, it sounded like they were just fucking sick of discussing hardware with retards. That was basically what was going on. Like they no longer wanted to talk about, like, does this have this? Does this do this? Or try and explain circuitry in what must have been a, like, supremely fastly evolving world of technology in the 90s, you know, the way things were like caning past us at the breakneck
imagine
speeds.
if someone thought of like the fucking techno bag.
Yeah, exactly. Like you'd have been there for days trying to explain that.
Shit a brick.
No chance. So they decided that, hey, would it not be a better idea to focus on media and stuff and go down the video game route, because then you can kind of deal with the consumers as well as the publications. It's something that is kind of more open-ended and more subjective, and maybe that would be a good idea for a show. So E3 was born. They decided to hold it in the LA Convention Center, where it remains, as far as I know, or at least in that neck of the woods. And it was held there, as I said, on the 11th to the 13th of May. Reading through today, buddy, I found the very first "It's under your chair" moment
Nice.
of E3. And this, imagine if this happened now, and I'm talking about the Scorpio here as an example, right? So, before the first ever E3, Sega had announced the release date for the Sega Saturn. It was coming out in 1995, and it was coming out in September. So
I was looking forward to
on the 11th of May, 1995, Sega did a show, a press conference, and announced that they'd shipped a load of the consoles out to stores and you could buy them now. In May.
Crazy talk.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. There you go, boys.
Just
Go
4
nuts.
months early, no fucking about, like, help yourself, go and buy it. It was $3.99, which was kind of about right at the time. It sounds ridiculous now because, you know, that's the sort of price we're expecting to pay at this point, and this was years ago. So, but yeah, so that was the very first under your chair moment. They launched the console officially on stage at E3. Sony, shortly afterwards, in the following show, undercut the Saturn by $100 and announced the PlayStation original at $299.
Bargain.
Some more funny little bits, buddy. Nintendo threw a huge party the night before the show to fuck over the early morning conferences. So when everyone came in on the first day for the Sega and Sony conferences, they were all hungover to fuck. This was like a show for all press. Everyone was invited. Seal played. It was an open bar. Nintendo were pretty savvy back then.
Let's get fucked
They
up.
fucked up all the journos. There were people asleep in the conferences the following morning, and I don't believe that's the first time. That's the last time they did that. I'm pretty sure
Sabotage.
it's happened since. Pretty special. Nintendo, you know, swings and roundabouts. That being a swing, this being a roundabout. They announced the Virtual Boy at the very first D3. Something I'm sure you've had a go on a Virtual Boy, haven't you?
Yeah, I played one of them back in the day. That was weird as fuck.
Yeah. Sort of all red and
Just red lines everywhere. That's all I remember.
did it feel like the future at the time, buddy, or did it feel shite?
I mean, I was fucking blown away by, like, super mega whatever they were. What were they called? I'm trying to remember. Like the Nintendo bazooka thing. I thought that was the future, mate. Peripherals.
Peripherals, like Duck Hunt peripherals.
Yeah, mate, but fucking that bazooka for... I need to look at the picture of it now. What was it called? The SNES bazooka thing.
Super Scope.
Oh, look at that. The super... Oh, look at it. It's a beautiful masterpiece of engineering, that. I mean... Why wouldn't you want to play games whilst holding the Super
Still
Stick?
looks the part, doesn't it? That.
Fucking, if you compare that to like fucking Sony, who've got their new thing out now. What's it? I can't remember what it's called now. That like they got a VR game coming out, haven't they? There it is. Farpoint plus VR controller. Yeah. If you look at the images of that, like, what's the fucking difference between that, right, piece of shit gun, like, or what one would you like more? The piece of shit kind of...
The Farpoint controller does look like a dildo butt plug combo. so I think...
I bet it's got multiple vibrator settings as well.
I feel like you could lose that orb up there, though.
Yeah, oh no, my orbs come up.
I'm visualizing that in action in my head. Pulling the trigger,
just like fucking changing colours.
Yeah, it's making the sound of Doctor Who's sonic screwdriver.
Oh, that's nice. Yep. I like it. I mean, it's fucking Super Scope or whatever that fucking thing's called. I don't know what it's called, but Sony's wank gun.
It's like they had a load of fucking. It's like they bought an old hospital building and took all the crutches and just like it looks fucking shite.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you compare it to like the gun that was on like the PS3, which actually looked like a fucking rifle. Let me just copy it and paste it in. I think it came out with like Killzone, and fan of the podcast Tom, he's got one, and it was fun to use. Oh, that's just a fucking link that goes nowhere.
I could work with that.
Just deal with that, buddy. I mean, just convert that with your mind into a image instead of loads of text. And yeah, that it actually looks like an assault rifle kind of thing.
Yeah, that is a lot better.
Yeah, instead of like you say, it's like a crutch with like a butt plug on the
I mean, you can't call this thing the Super anything. Maybe the Super Analyzer, but certainly not.
Oh, mate,
certainly not the Super Scope. I only ever owned one light gun in my time, and it was one for the Dreamcast for House of the Dead.
Nice.
House of the Dead 2. Dreamcast light gun.
I think I looked at loads of these. You remember that quiz I did about peripherals and like the fucking Connect boat? Like, how shit is that? I love peripherals, but fuck me, I'm not gonna buy like a blow up dinghy just to play fucking Connect Adventures in. Like, no, I'm all right, thanks.
Yeah, not ideal. Here's the Dreamcast one.
I mean, okay, talking about Connect, I mean, that was a fun unveiling at E3. I mean, to bring it back to E3.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's nice.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Sega,
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Mate. Solid gun.
Let's move on from peripherals. The last couple of facts I've got before we move over to some bits and bobs that you've got. The show was not open to the public as it hasn't been up until this year.
Now,
yeah. Although unofficially you could sneak in if you said that you were part of. You could get tickets with you could get tenuously. But this year's the first time you can officially get tickets as a member of the public because they're clutching at straws and they're dying. But on this occasion, 50,000 people attended. All the coverage, of course, we were in a pre-internet world, really. There was a little bit of internet about, but most people weren't getting, most people weren't reading gaming news on the internet at this moment in time.
Yeah, totally.
Which meant that this show came and went, and then everyone had to wait for the magazines to be published to find out what happened at it, which is amazing now. Like, almost, I could describe it as quaint. It's like ridiculous. But
yeah, totally.
That's the way it was. And the last one from me, the biggest news of E3, the very first E3, is that MJ turned up, buddy. Michael Jackson was there, but he wasn't there to perform like Seal was. He just turned up as Michael Jackson in his full fucking sparkly get-up, just played Nintendo games for a couple of days. That was what he did.
Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
He got on board to help us launch E3 for the first time. So yeah, that's my E3 of 1995 roundup there, buddy.
That's nice, buddy, and I've collected just a few things. I mean, there's been a lot of things happen at E3s over the past, obviously, but here are a few little favourites of mine that are either pretty good or mainly fucking retarded, buddy. I mean, we've had quite a few, like Mr. Cocaine or whatever it is, Mr. Coffee or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
That was always good. Pretty much Ubisoft every year do something stupid. Yep. What was the fucking thing that they had, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, something? That was it Battle Tag or something?
Oh yeah, and that was embarrassing.
Yeah, that was mental.
That was so weird, and the weirdest thing about it was it was Joel McHale was doing the show. This was pre-Aisha Tyler, and he just wasn't on board with this at all. Like, that guy's clearly a complete bellend. Like, Joel McHale is clearly a cunt, and he would be really happy to be called one. That's his bag.
Yeah, of course. That's what he does.
Yeah, he just made a complete mockery of that show, which was fun.
Yeah. And then, obviously, Konami, with their retarded one, I think it was like in 2010 or something like that. Where it was just mental.
Square have done some terrible shows as well.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But here's a few things. So earlier you spoke about how Sony undercut the Saturn with the price tag of $299. Did you ever see the actual pricing of it, like him coming up on stage and saying how much it was?
Not that I recall now. No,
like this is one thing that I just found. And like,
was it like a big cheer, like the classic stupid cheer?
No, it's literally so like where's the description on this? Olafsson, obviously. He's chatting on about like Sony's bollocks. Then he asked like Steve Race to come up on stage to like give a brief presentation, and he literally just walks up there and goes $299. And then walks off, and it's kind of like the first like E3 kind of moment, like
The
you know,
point
that
scoring,
stupid,
wow, yeah,
kind of thing. So yeah, it's quite funny that there is like a video on YouTube of him just like walking up there saying 299 and then just walking off again and being like, yeah, there you go.
Fucking
That's
take that, bitches.
Yeah, indeed. You know, like fucking fierce competition. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Wii Music. Terrible game. But the the fucking E3 video is just fucking brilliant. Guy with the Wii Fitboard, obviously, as the foot pedals, and then the Wii controller as the sticks. He's just having a great time rocking out on the drums, and it is fucking hilarious. It's so like horribly like out of time and just, what is this? Like, oh, I don't know, but yeah, there you go, mate. Wii Music E3 2008. If you want to look it up,
I'm watching it now.
Worth a watch.
And what comes to mind is the fact that they never used to mic the audience.
Yeah.
So the shows from like the first live streamed shows, 08 being, you know, balls deep in the middle of that. They didn't used to mic up the audience. So they'd do something and then they'd pause for effect, and regardless of what the room was doing on the stream, you just heard silence, and it just makes all the old E3 videos look like they're bombing all the time, regardless of what's happening. I'm sure they were bombing there because that's fucking shit. But it's just like he holds the nunchucks up above his head and it's just silence. It's just like,
yeah, it's a minute. It's so good. Another one. The announcement for, was it on Xbox, I think, or for Peggle 2, or whenever Peggle 2 was announced, like the scrawny guy, I can't remember, from EA, and yeah, that fucking air punch for Peggle 2. I don't think I'm ever going to forget that.
Such a little pipsqueak.
I know, right? It just the fact that he seems to like hang in the air for fucking ages. It's just such
it's the turn. It's as he comes down and spins around and walks off.
Yeah,
like, it's like
it's a beautiful one. And then finally, we spoke again a little bit about it earlier. Connect, and this is just like a little 10-second video of them trying to demonstrate like the Connect movement of so the guy is moving in real life, and the avatar is meant to be doing the same thing in the background, and it just fucking skitzes out, and his arm goes up his ass and in his face, and his legs straight up.
It's so bad. He just glitches to shit live
brilliant.
on stage.
Yeah,
You're
totally.
Embarrassed for him. You're embarrassed about the technology.
It's just, I mean, like, there's fucking, like, if you want to see, like, fails of E3, literally just, like, YouTube E3 fails, and you'll find a load of them, but these were just ones that, like, I could kind of, like, remember or found, and I thought they were good.
It's just,
but, yeah.
So many of them have been terrible because the people on the stage shouldn't be anywhere near a stage. And it's only really recently when we've got people like Phil motherfucking Spencer, like, laying the smackdown, that they've kind of crossed that boundary now where they have to be really good on stage as well as being like a development team or a publisher or whatever, and people have got better at being like multifaceted over the years. But these dudes shouldn't have been anywhere near a stage back in the the noughties. They should not have been anywhere near a fucking stage.
Totally
but they
not.
were just standing up there, and they were all wearing the t-shirt with the tuxedo, like and they
mate,
just
it's
were so
best.
fish out of water. They just fucking geeky cunts who just stood up there like just the worst. This it's like watching like Curb Your Enthusiasm or something like that when you watch these old E3 videos. It's cringe comedy, and it's well worth a few minutes of your time.
It definitely is, buddy. You totally. There's been so many as well, and it's just
And there'll be more this year, you know there will. Like,
everything.
it's got slicker and slicker.
There always is. It's mint.
Yeah, fucking ridiculous. Well, anyway, that has got me a little bit excited about E3, because I'm always excited about E3, even though it's going to be a smaller affair this year. So, but either way, that's a little bit of a bumper many moons ago for you there, buddies. Back to the 11th to the 13th of May 1995, which saw the very first E3.
Nice, buddy. I was 10.
Me too. And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Fuckwit Corner with Funk. Fuckwit Corner with Funk. He's got some questions. Funk.
So you got some questions, buddy?
Just a little snippet from Funk this week as he suggests that we play some more fucking games with him, and I couldn't agree more.
Sounds like a fucking plan,
Yeah,
buddy.
obviously life and work and bullshit gets in the way, but Funk was saying this week, because he suggested we bust up some Alien Nation and see how we get on with some co-op gameplay. And
Yeah, mate.
actually, I enjoyed that experience far more than the game. I think it was just
Yeah,
really nice
totally,
to be
buddy.
on not a game night and playing something
The
different.
pressure was off, buddy.
Yeah.
It was just like easy, free, breezy. Do what you want.
Gibbons, buddy.
Nice.
So yeah, Funk says, playing Alien Nation gave me an idea. Once a week multiplayer completionism. Try to get on one extra night a week and try to finish some of the co-op games we bought. Diablo, Wild Pants, to name a couple.
Fucking Diablo, this is it, buddy.
I need to start downloading
Gonna go
that
and
fucking
play it.
thing because it's about 75 gig. So,
This is in preparation for Destiny 2. We're gonna get warmed up for it, mate. We're gonna fucking limber up, shake it off. Come on, do it with me. Shake it off. Get that co-op on the go. That's it. That's a bit fruity. That's like I don't know,
like a raggy
what kind of
doll.
shaking
Yeah,
that off is.
There you go.
That's
Diablo, that'd be cool. Wild Pants, absolutely. Helldivers
Yeah,
for me, buddy.
why not?
Helldivers. Let's
Yeah, mate. Overwatch. definitely.
Overwatch. Absolutely.
I'm your man.
Could be cool. Could be very cool.
Yeah, buddy.
So yeah, no, he was talking about how much he thinks co-op gaming is the best gaming last week. So this is kind of fitting, and he says, best of both worlds from last week's Fuckwit Corner. Just trying to get on for a couple of hours each week would be good. Stupid lives.
Fucking lives
Fucking
getting
lives.
away.
Bullshit. Fuck off. Family
Yeah.
members and other things. More gaming.
To be honest, I'm normally just playing games on my own anyway. So, yeah, I'm in.
Sweet as the punch. Yeah. So that looks like that's happening. So yeah, no, nothing to really talk about there. It's just a fucking good idea from Funk that we will follow through on. There we go.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
That's all right, mate. That was only your first mistake of the evening. I've had at least 30 where I just can't talk.
I'm flying along tonight. I feel like I'm talking at fucking 100 miles an hour and have been for 2 hours.
Yeah, no, I'm just a retard. It's fine. People expect this of me, I hope.
It's
though.
the perfect
So that's
dynamic
fine.
between us, buddy. We're there. It's perfect.
Yeah, I'm like the lovable rogue that's a bit special.
I think you're very special, buddy.
Thanks, mate.
Every week, we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the jfgpodcast@gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk. And now it's time for JFG Street Beat.
You got a question we wanna know. Beat. Facebook, Twitter, we're on them all. So hit us up and be on the show. Beat. The JFG Street Beat.
Street
We
beat.
want to know.
Get on the motherfucking show, y'all.
And your invasion continues.
Yeah, fuck it. I've got some questions.
Yeah,
buddy,
no,
if you
fair
need
enough.
answering.
Fair enough.
I haven't spoken enough this episode, so I need you to speak for me.
So, you want me to read out what you've written, or are you just going to tell us?
No, please read it out.
Okay. Firstly, Street Beat this week from JfG Ash, who says,
Thanks, Ash.
I fucking hate these new titles for articles. 18 things I wish I knew before playing generic game.
Fucking hate them. What the fuck, game? Come on, they've literally I haven't really noticed them before, but recently, the past couple of months, it's all been especially with Persona 5. It's 9 things I wish I knew before I played Persona 5. And then now there's fucking loads for Prey. It's 20 things I wish I knew about playing Prey before playing Prey. It's fuck off. Stop being a twat. Let me just play the game. I'll figure it out on my own.
It's just videos for the sake of videos a lot of the time. It's YouTube fodder a lot of the time. But
but these are even articles on fucking gaming websites and Polygon and Video Gamer and all that. Just fucking, it's clickbait. I know what it is, but it just annoys the shit out of me.
It's really hard to get to look at quality things on the internet these days.
It's just, it's the way, it's the same thing as, top 10 tips for fucking Turing test. There you go. There's all the T's.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just an evolution of that. And, I hate top 10 videos unless they're of, fucking E3 blooper moments. Then I'll watch them all day. Yeah. But yeah, no, it just annoys me. It was just something that while we were making the pod notes, I think I saw 18 things I wish I knew about Prey before playing it kind of thing. I was just I fucking hate this. Just wrote it down.
Yeah.
So fuck
it
that.
is balls. It certainly is.
It is balls, buddy.
And as you say, you know why they exist, but that doesn't make it better.
No, it makes it worse.
Gibbards. Full blown.
Hate media. All media is bad.
It's all just shite, really, isn't it?
I mean, this is the biggest bag of wank anyone can ever listen to, this podcast.
That's a box quote if ever I heard one.
There we go. That's going in the intro. This is the biggest bag of wank. There we go. Done.
Fucking beautiful, buddy.
You're welcome.
Excellent
world.
news.
Have we got any other street beatians?
Yeah, let's round this thing off, buddy, with a quick question from PJ, who is interested in the 4K town. So, PJ says,
I've heard of it.
Given talk on 4K TVs, TV or projector? I am genuinely really interested, as I want a bigger TV. So PJ is looking for an upgrade and is chucking projectors into the equation.
I mean, he's asked for a bigger TV, so I reckon a TV is a good shout.
But is projector a decent idea? I mean,
it's not a TV though.
I'm pretty sure, and
I think it's a trick question.
By saying I'm pretty sure, I mean I had a potter about Amazon before we came on. I'm pretty sure 4K projectors are currently $5,000.
Yeah, I'd go for that. I reckon they're silly, stupid money because even full HD ones are still quite expensive for a decent one.
I was looking through. I saw a couple of Sony ones for £5,700.
Bargain.
Acer V9800 4K Ultra HD home cinema projector, £3,999.
It.
I suppose the answer is it depends on your budget, PJ. I mean, if money was no... Say you're standing in a room, buddy, and...
Right, visualising. I'm in a room.
There's a dude in the middle, and he's like, you're allowed to leave the room with one item. And
is he fully clothed?
He's wearing nothing. Although that's not related to the story.
Lights on?
The light...
Is he touching me?
If anything, it's far too bright in the room. You can see absolutely everything.
I'm dazed and confused. Yeah. What does this naked guy want with me?
And it smells very pungent, strong smell of pickled onion.
Oh my god!
It's a bit of a nightmare. You're going to want to make a sort of,
Am I clothed? What am I wearing?
You've just got a sock on your knob, and that.
Oh my!
Nothing else.
What size sock?
Does
it cover it
It's
all?
a child's sock.
Oh no! Luckily, I'm safe with that. I can tuck my balls in as well.
You'd be fine.
Yeah. Safe.
It's a training sock, so it's little.
It's one of like the ankle socks.
Yeah, but at least it's heavily elasticated. So in theory, meat
it's got
and veg
good grip. It's not falling off anytime
You're probably
soon.
all right.
Thank fuck. Okay. What does this guy want with me?
He says that you can leave the room with one item.
Okay. Is it my dignity? Because I'll take that.
That's long gone. That's long gone.
No.
You can leave the room with one item. On one table is a 4K projector. On the other table is a 4K television. You're going to want to get out of there pretty pronto because it's getting weird.
I'm ready to just. I'm
But what do you take?
Personally, the TV, because I haven't got a wall to put a projector on, or. Another thing with projectors, dark rooms.
Yeah.
It's a bonus.
And you
can't really... I don't know. I'm guessing these days they've probably got, like, awesome projectors that work during the day.
No, I mean, yes and no. Genuinely, technology's moved forwards, but it's still a problem as much as it was in the past. Like, they have got better.
But, I mean, you can fucking just watch a TV.
Yeah.
During the day.
I think I'd go TV as well. As hilarious as it would be to play Horizon Zero Dawn on my neighbour's house, I think I'd stick with the telly. I think it's more functional, more sensible.
Functional. That's the word. Like, I remember going back a good 10 years ago when the 360 came out and having Fight Night Round 3 and... went to one of our mates' houses, like his parents' house. Like, they were fucking loaded. It was crazy. They had a cellar, and in there they had this just a massive HD projector. Just playing Fight Night on that with like my mates. I was just like, this is fucking amazing. I would love to have this, but practicality of it, I'm not going to use that very often. So therefore, ergo. TV town.
Yeah, I think so. The price is pretty extortionate still. The price of a 1080p projector is roughly the same price as a 4K television. So you're talking around the £600-700 mark
for a really quality
telly,
which is what you want.
And so I think that's your best bet, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
And the projector's a good 1080p one. Yeah, £500-600. And
that's what I meant with the quality one, not the 4K TV. I thought that's where you were
going. The 4K projectors, I haven't seen any 4K projectors south of $3,000. So it probably depends what's sitting in your bank account, buddies, when it comes down to that decision.
Or how fingered you are.
Indeed. Whether you're a bit of a geezer,
thievery.
You're a little bit you're a little bit way. Can happen indeed.
Can happen, man.
Yeah.
Will happen. I mean, personally, I know a lot of thieves. Not through choice.
Yeah, it's just something that happens to you. You can't explain it.
I mean, I can. I work in a prison.
Yeah, that'll be it.
That'll be the reason.
That'll be it.
Yeah.
Well, lovely. There you go.
That's that. Bye.
Fucking see ya. So I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 110 of the podcast. It's been weird. I don't know if it's going to be good.
Don't matter. It's done now. Nothing we can do about
put
it.
It to bed. Game over. There you go.
Job done.
What are we going to do now?
More work. Go on the store and look at the PlayStation sale and contemplate buying Stardew Valley because it's on sale.
Is it got multiplayer yet?
No.
Fucking sack it off then, mate.
Probably won't buy it then. I mean, that's a decision right there, but still.
Bit of multiplayer peggle, I reckon.
Once again, thinking about Mel earlier, yesterday being Tuesday.
Cock in hand.
Going on the store. Cock in hand, yeah. Fist in arse. No, going on the PlayStation Store and looking at all the new releases and being like, yep, shit
What
again.
toilet. Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Sucks
Seriously.
balls.
One day.
One day something good will come out. It'll be covered in Out This Week, and Out This Week will become golden. But at this point, fuck all.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, buddy, yeah. Distracted again.
Cool, so finally, before we disappear, buddies, I just want to give a little shout out about something that happened last week where whatever we were talking about reminded me of a game that I used to play back in the day, and I can't remember exactly what platform it was. I think it was PC. I should be able to talk about this better now, buddy, because my recording cut out a minute ago, didn't it? And this is my second go at describing this game.
Describe it better this time, buddy. You could move around.
So it was a game where it rained in different sections of the map. The map was a sort of a square. It was kind of a sort of top-down isometric type view, but you could rotate the thing, and you could excavate or raise the land to make reservoirs and lakes and stuff, and that had some sort of effect on the ecosystem. It didn't have animals and stuff from what I remember. I'm pretty sure it was mouse-based, so it's probably a PC game, although it's possible that it was a Dreamcast game, because that was the other console I had around the time when I think I played it. The art style was kind of like a chunky, cartoony type thing, so it looks a little bit like Sonic's Green Hill Zone in terms of the way that it looked. But it was I can't even remember the point of the game or anything about it other than that. But basically, yeah, there was water. You had to control the water. You made puddles. You made lakes. You made waterfalls. Any ideas, buddy? Any help you can give me tracking down what the fuck this thing was? Get in touch with us on Facebook or Twitter and so on, and I will give you out all the links to those in a second. Was that better or worse, buddy?
That was better, mainly because I wasn't chipping in with retarded suggestions like Viva Pinata or Black or White. But you know, you could now people know that it wasn't those games.
It wasn't those games, but it had a touch of them. It had the sort of ecosystem world building thing from Black and White. And it had the nature-esque sort of elements of Viva Pinata. It was probably a shit game, and it might have been on the Amiga. I don't think it was that old. I'm pretty sure it was PC.
Yeah.
So we're talking from sort of 97 to 2001, something like that. I don't think it would have been earlier than that. Anyway, there we go. Hopefully you can help. And if not, then you can't. Either way, we're going to fuck off and play Peggle now, I'd imagine. But thanks so much for listening, buddies. You can find us at www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk. Our Twitter handle is at the JFG Podcast. We're also on Facebook /the JFG Podcast. You can find us on beam.pro and Twitch TV. You can find us on your PlayStation 4 if you have one of those. We've got a community on there you can come and join. We're on all the podcast apps. We're on archive.org, where people have been making spurious reviews, which are just porn links. So that's nice.
Love it.
That's what you want. We're on SoundCloud if you want to listen to an episode from 15 weeks ago, buddies. It's always an option available to you. And we are also on Google Plus if that is how you choose to live your life.
I love it.
Thanks so much for listening, buddies. If you still are, which would be miraculous.
Have we lost the secret word, buddy?
Oh, yeah, okay. We'll chuck one in just to see if anyone made it this far. What was the secret phrase, buddy?
I've forgotten.
We'll go with a new one then, shall we?
We're going to have to, because I can't remember what we said like 5 minutes ago. I don't know what it was. I'm trying
like
to
a tongue twister or something. Hedgehog hedgerow.
Oh, okay. Secret answer. Secret question.
Hedgehog hedgerow.
See if anyone makes it.
Did you make it? Did you make it to this point in the show?
Unfortunately, yes, I did, buddy. I've made it here, and
You couldn't get away.
It's been a shit show. I'm not gonna lie.
It's been something.
I mean, eventful is a word you could use.
You could.
But yeah, we should just say goodbye now and do the intro.
Then. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. We'll catch you next week. Have a good one. Until then, I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
See you then. You've been listening to the JfG podcast with Ash and me, Alex. To find out more, head to www.justforgamers.co.uk, Facebook /the JfG podcast, or Twitter, where we are at the JfG podcast. Episodes go live every Sunday, and if you could pop onto iTunes and write us a quick review, we would love every inch of you, even if you got old and fat. Thanks so much for listening, and we will catch you next time.